Hello there, everyone. This is pretty atypical. We don't usually stream on Friday nights. However, due to some scheduling stuff, next week our good pal Redge, the Dargoth, who is exceptionally polite, won't be able to attend the session. So, as part of the story, we are going to do this one-off, following the pursuit of Redge in his own personal quest, while the rest of the party deals with some other things. To recap, all the way from the beginning, the start of our journey began with a group meeting happenstantially in front of a mausoleum, only to find out that they each had answered a summons to find a family heirloom. Upon delving into the mausoleum, the family heirloom turns out to be a much more powerful artifact, and upon trying to return it to the person searching for it, they found him dead. On top of that, they were also attacked not only in the forest, but also when trying to find more information about what the artifact is and what it does. The Emerald Guardsmen are the enemies at hand who are seeking to pursue our party, trying to take the totem, the Lion's Head totem, from them. When we last left our party, they had just finished dealing with a large contingent of the Emerald Guardsmen around a druid circle in the Forest of Hope, where they were trying to meet with the druids to ascertain more information about the artifact that they held in their possession. The Emerald Guardsmen were offered power from a spirit, which they accepted immediately and turned on the rest of the party to try and appease the spirit's wishes. Leading on from there, we'll begin this adventure in a moment. But I did want to take a moment to really be weird. Check out this dragon. It's pretty cool. My son and I have been doing more miniatures and stuff like that. So we got a chance to paint together today, and that's what I ended up with. Another thing, the big shout out this week, if you're in Jacksonville, Florida, check out Java Game House. They're pretty awesome. They're really cool. My son and I went earlier today when we were getting those miniatures and having some fun time painting to sit down and play a board game together at their table, and the staff was just super friendly. A lot of the patrons in the store were just super nice. Everyone was playing board games. It was just a really great environment. So if you're there, check them out. They are incredible. They're super wonderful people who are really on, not to say on fire again, but they love their community and what they bring to it. So the last announcement is we're getting really close to our 50 follower goal. So if you are wanting some free stuff, free PDFs, free hardback books, free artwork, whatever, if you are a follower, when we get to 50 followers, you will be entered into that drawing. But if you help us get to that 50 follower mark by sharing, by getting other people around, shoot us an email, send us literally anything indicating that you've done that, and you'll be entered twice into the drawing. So definitely send that our way. You can check out more at ShatteredTabletopGames.com or ShatteredDungeons.com. They both lead you to the same spot. So without much more left, let's get this show on the road. This is Shattered Dungeons. Welcome back. Now, where we last left off, our wonderful party was leaving the Forest of Hope. This evening, we'll be following the story of Redge, played by Jordan. Why don't you introduce yourself there, Jordan/Redge?
Well, this is Jordan, and this is Redge. How's everybody?
That was kind of both. That was like Jordan turning into Redge. I really like the emotional turn that took. So, kept me entertained.
I'm still new at it. Cut me some slack.
You're pretty good with the voice, though. So, let me pick up from where we left off. The Emerald Guardsmen never suspected the group from Coldier to be so formidable, or to summon the spirit of the Druid Circle. Their retreat meant that any chance for interrogation was lost, yet direction was found on a note their captain possessed. The Lion's Head Soul Siphon, the artifact the group carries, is wanted by a more infamous organization, using the Emerald Guardsmen to do their bidding. The party desires answers and seeks them in the Guardsmen's home of Violca, a week's journey to the west. The decision is made to depart immediately for Violca. Stopping in Coldier, Redge decides he needs to tell his mom about his dreams, so he opts to stay behind. And that's where we'll pick this up. Redge, you have just entered the city gates. You are seeking your mother. You know she frequents the tavern, and it's odd you will find her outside of there, but who knows where she might be at this moment. You know who you're looking for. Kind of lead us as we try and find your mom.
All right, let's just get going. Still a little sore from that Druid Circle. Oh boy, Redge, you really gotta stop nearly dying. It's getting old fast.
As you walk up the steps into the tavern, the pain that you've endured over the course of these last couple of weeks has really started to weigh on you. The familiar sound of friends and bar patrons, as well as the bartender that you know fairly decently, is a welcome sight, smell, and atmosphere compared to the journey that you've been on. As you enter, you notice, you scan the room and you notice that a lot of the regulars are there. However, your mother is not here.
Hey everybody, it's Redge. Has anybody seen Mom about?
A lot of the patrons just kind of dismiss you and tend to their own drinks. The bartender, though, sees you walk in and goes, Redge! I guess it's been about a week since you and Caden were last here. Welcome. Now, you say you're looking for your mother, correct?
Oh, yeah, that's about the long and short of it.
Well, to be honest, Redge, I was not sure you had a mother to begin with. I mean, I'm sure you were birthed by something. I'm not sure who or what. Can you describe her to me?
She's motherly. Oh boy, I'm not, I'm not real good with people, right? Because I'm not real good with people.
Yes, I'm overly aware of that fact. However, you can probably come up with something better than motherly.
What if I try and draw you a picture?
Redge, I've seen your drawings. That's not gonna help anybody.
I mean, they're not that bad, are they?
They're pretty terrible.
This is not your day, Reg. This is not your day.
Literally anything about her would be helpful. How tall is she? Is she also a Dargoth?
Would Reg really know the difference?
He would know whether or not she was a Dargoth.
Yeah, in this case, let's see how we're gonna put this. Well, let's see. She's not really one of me. I mean, Mom is kind of more of a term of endearment than the one that gives you the life. She's one of them ones with the pointy ears, the Ethels. There's a bunch of different ones. I'm not really sure of the differences, if you know what I mean.
Well, the most obvious difference is that the Soul Ethel are darker skinned. Is she one of those?
Let's see. Well, I mean, everyone's kind of darker skinned than me, you know, so it's kind of hard to judge. I see. I'm going to do a high or low roll on this one just to see.
All right, 1d100. For those of you tuning in for the first time, 1d100 is really the only type of roll that we do playing Shattered Dawn. He rolled a 91, which is, I don't know honestly what that means. You're the one making this roll, so...
I was going high or low. Under 50 was a no, and over 50 was a yes. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure she is what you would call a darker, would you say, soul?
Yes, the soul Ethel.
Oh, okay. She never really talked about that sort of thing with me. She was just like, hey, Reg, don't die. You know, that sort of stuff.
She seems awfully sweet. Now,
she's a nice lady.
There are plenty of soul Ethel here in Dalnane, Reg, seeing as how this is their sovereign court. Now, can you provide any other descriptors as to your mother's qualities? Maybe even a name? Do you call her by anything other than Mom or Mommy?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call her Mommy. I'm not some little tyke running around at the knees. I mean, can you imagine, Reg? That's silly.
I can't imagine that, though.
You know, I did mostly just call her Mom because that's what she wanted me to call her. But she did have one of those shiny pieces of jewels that hangs around your neck. I want to say it was like green or something.
Well, that is actually some good news then. It's, a lot of our town's nobility, or at least aristocratic class, does carry a more emerald gem around their necks to symbolize their political status. It's odd that she would have taken you in, though, considering that. But, you know, sometimes you need to play to your constituents' sympathy, I guess. What I hear? I'm just a bartender, I don't know. But you may want to try up towards the council chamber in the northwest there by the bay.
Okay, I was about to say you mean towards the water, because you know I'm not so good with that, you know, left, right, up, down stuff. Okay, I appreciate it. I'll start asking around.
Wonderful. Well, I have to go back to work. Have a good day, Reg. Bye. He kind of hurries you out, and he doesn't do much. He just kind of goes... he goes back to another glass that he needs to shine vigorously, apparently.
Huh.
As you exit, you notice that just being around your home city, the one you've claimed as your home city, at least, has really brightened your spirits significantly compared to where they were. So, moving forward, where are you going? North towards the dock? Just kind of outright?
Yeah, I see some water over here. I'm going to start heading this way. Let's see what we got.
Reg travels northward, and he comes up to the fountain in kind of the town square-ish area. To his left, which is to the west, there's a large tower, and outside of it, many people have gathered. Most of them guards, but there are two Soul Ethel females outside of the city or of the town hall court area. So, Reg, you spot two of them and kind of carry yourself towards them, not in a super hurriedly manner, but enough to where it might surprise them to have this large, 8-foot-tall, hulking beast of a creature walking at you. You look at the first one, she kind of turns, and you realize it's not your mother, but she goes, "Oh, don't hurt me! Oh, I mean, you should not injure me with the guards around. Not me, I say."
Well, hello, I'm Reg. I'm looking for my mom. She kind of one of you folk, apparently. I'm new to this whole what we call ourselves thing.
What? And as she's kind of very bewildered by your questioning, the woman behind her turns around and goes, Redge, it's you! How was your adventure? Tell me all about it. And you recognize her to be your mother.
Hey there. I was looking for you.
Zwen Vifos kind of is... She's just appalled at the whole situation and turns around and walks back towards the court area. And goes about her business.
Okay, Mom, I know this isn't, it might be one of them Redge questions, like you like to call it. A funny story. What's your name?
Oh, sweetie, my name's Horkath. I can't believe you forgot that.
Well, you know how I get with the names and the things. Hold on, I'm gonna get a scrap out and just write out. Horkath, I can write this. Yes, I can, and that is Mom. You see,
it's so endearing watching you take notes.
I told the bartender I was looking for Mom, and he's like, well, you gotta be more specific, and I just realized I really only ever call you Mom.
Yeah, sometimes all you have to do is think there, honey.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get the hang of that. I'm sorry.
Indeed. So let us travel back towards the sages. See, I have some business I must tend to. We can talk on the way.
Okay. Oh boy, you have missed some things.
As you're talking, you're catching up a little bit, kind of exchanging the pleasantries. You get to the not necessarily a well-renowned wizard or anything like that, but basically the magical shop here in town. You both enter, and as you're continuing the conversation, Horkath turns to the sage and says, "You there, do you have the belongings of which I commissioned?" The sage turns around and goes, "Oh, yes, madam. Here, one moment." He walks to the back of the shop, grabs some potions off the wall and a small wand, brings them back, and says, "Here you go, mistress. You've already paid. It should be good. There's much research to be done. Much research. You feel free to stay, but if you don't, that's fine too. No, but you can. It's all right." And just very hurriedly is focusing on other things. She turns.
People seem to be real distracted today, or just real busy. I don't really. Did I miss something while I was gone? Is everybody okay?
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily the city. There's been a dark aura around this place as of late. You seem to have missed it, but I'm sure you've had dealings with your own, considering, what you were telling me about the dreams and whatnot.
Yeah, kind of afraid to sleep. Like I said, it's things got weird. But really, the most important takeaway is the buddy system works.
Yes, well, everyone has their own opinions, don't they? You exit the shop with her in tow, and you're continuing to talk about the dreams and the experiences you've had. She has the utmost patience for you, where a lot of people don't. The questioning that you typically do because of your forgetful nature can get annoying to people easily. However, she just enjoys being in your company for whatever reason. You're sure that there's a deeper rooted reason for that, but you kind of walk back south towards the city gates, just kind of strolling, nothing too crazy. She kind of veers off towards the southwest, going towards one of the right buildings, like shipwright, all that fun stuff. At that point, you hear a clamor at the main city gate. Would you like to inspect it or look at what's going on at all?
Hold up, Mom. I think something's going on over there. We should take a quick look, make sure everything's on the up and up.
Oh, absolutely, no worries. I have business to tend to in here. Why don't you go and check on that? I'm sure it's something the guards can handle. Don't try and, insert yourself into something that doesn't need to be inserted into. But be safe.
Yes, ma'am. I'll do that.
You travel south towards the city gate, and it's at this moment that you see behind you, or behind the city gate, rather, in front of you, that there has been a small legion of Emerald Guardsmen, led by one man in particular, at the city gate. They've been arguing with the gate guards, and as you start to walk forward, the gate guards are slaughtered by some of the Emerald Guardsmen. And it's at this point, you're faced with two choices. You are well outnumbered and ill-prepared for the small legion of Emerald Guardsmen entering the city and slaughtering the guards. But you also know that there are more guards, not only in the tavern, but in the rest of the city. So you can kind of make off in a mad dash to alert others to what's about to happen, or you can try your best to maybe thwart them coming into the city. Up to you.
Let's see. Did Horkath make it into one of those other buildings yet?
Yeah,
or is she still...
No, she is inside the very large building to your left, to the right of the Emerald Guardsman. To your knowledge, she's fairly safe.
Let's see. Redge, first things first, is going to shout at the absolute top of his dang lungs. City's under attack, everyone!
Roll a performance check. Typically this would be speechcraft, but you're trying to orate as best you can.
Not an articulate person.
Yes. Excellent roll with a 90.
Woo!
You back up 2 paces and shout at the top of your lungs that the Emerald Guardsmen are attacking the city. At this point, the bartender has heard you through his open window, because you're near to that. The blacksmith has also heard you. And then the sages and guards around the immediate vicinity have also heard you. At this point, everyone runs out, to the best of their ability, as quickly as they can, from their differing positions to try and make some sort of stand against the guardsmen that are entering the city. A lot of the patrons in the bar who aren't necessarily combat ready or trained for that matter stay behind and just kind of seek shelter where they can. After a couple of seconds of scuffling and clamoring and all that fun stuff, and the Emerald Guardsmen kind of preparing for what's about to happen, the leader, Commander Leonic, steps forward and addresses you specifically. You there, Redge. I see what you have done, and make no mistake, I respect the attempt. However, you know as well as I do that we're here for the Lion's Head Soul Siphon, and on top of that, this little militia you've assembled happenstantially will not be able to survive our onslaught. So I will ask you this once, and once only. Surrender yourself in the city, and we will spare all of the inhabitants until we have the rest of your party and the Lion's Head Soul Siphon. The choice is yours and yours alone, Reg. Choose wisely.
You see, a bit of a problem here is I don't got that lion thingy. It's just all Reg here.
We are aware. We are not here to kill you or try to take the Lion's Head Soul Siphon from you specifically. We are aware the rest of your group has it. However, after having dispatched my captain in the Forest of Hope, we will need some method of contingency plan should they survive infiltrating our lair in Violca.
You say you're gonna keep people safe, but so did your captain. He promised we could work together peacefully, and then when a big old spooky ghost thing came out, he'd turn tail and went to work for him and tried to kill us. All we did was defend ourselves.
That captain was very selfish in his loyalties. I run the Emerald Guardsmen. At the end of the day, I am responsible for each member of our organization. Now, you have my word as the leader of the Emerald Guardsmen, who answers to no one but himself and whoever is our employer. No harm will come to you should you cooperate, nor your compatriots should they cooperate. But I can promise you with this. If you resist right now, we will capture you, we will keep you alive, and we will torture you until your friends get here, in which case they will be dealt with accordingly, and the Lion's Head Soul Siphon will be ours and your lives forfeit.
How are you so certain they're gonna come back?
Well, you see, if they survive, which our spies will tell us, we plan to allow you to lure them here.
And why would I do that?
Because you will have been captured. You will have no other choice except to die. And even so, we can just forge a letter.
I mean, I got a very particular way of writing things if you're not aware.
We're aware from all the dossiers we've seen on you. Now, we would prefer you write the letter, to be quite honest. However, we can make do and keep it simple. So, I'll ask you this one more time. Cooperate, allow us to infiltrate the city without harming anybody, and then allow us to lure the rest of your friends here. No one will be harmed. You will be simply taken back to our employer, and the Lion's Head Soul Siphon will be given to them.
Why, if you know where they're going, why don't you just go after them?
They are currently plundering our lair in hopes to find more information on the Lion's Head Soul Siphon. However, there is none there. The only thing there is many traps. Our goal was to kill them. However, en route, we have had many discussions and feel like they will probably survive our lair. You guys have a knack for just being annoying, quite honestly. But we have misjudged your skills and abilities several times now. And at this point, the most logical way to do this is to either overpower you and kill you outright, or to take you to our employers and have them deal with you accordingly. Now, you've already forfeit being at our side and joining our legion, so the choice again is yours. We will not accept you into our legion, but we will keep you safe until the time comes.
Since you know where they is, you know which way they'd be going. Let's leave this town peacefully. You guys can take me. I don't want to see any of these people hurt, and I don't want any harm to this city. If we all leave, I will go with you.
Commander Leonic walks forward and says, Redge, you have my word that you won't be harmed, that we will all leave peacefully. Go ahead and roll a speechcraft check.
Oh, there goes the good ones.
Excuse me. Commander Leonic rolled a 108. Redge rolled a 23. He is very trusting of Commander Leonic's intentions.
Like I said, I just don't want to see innocent people hurt.
No innocent people will be hurt unless they resist. Now, come. Let me shackle you so that you don't provide more problems.
I mean, to be fair, the only things I did was in self-defense. It's not like I went looking for trouble.
True, but I know how strong you actually are. So please, be shackled, and we will all put this behind us.
I swear to everything. If you's lying, I've seen plenty of ghosts. I'll figure a way to be one myself, and I will get you. You understand?
No, but trust me, you will be no match for me.
You say that like you haven't fought a ghost. Boy, howdy.
Well, if you would like to get some aggression out, I can offer you one of my men to beat up, maybe to work through whatever problems you're experiencing. As long as you promise to write the letter and cooperate, you could kill one of my men.
That don't seem right to them.
Well, it's either that or I kill them.
Wait, why would you kill your own men?
That's a good point. Reg, no one gives you enough credit. Now, I'm assuming, he turns to you, that our agreement is understood?
Yeah.
So, become shackled. One of the Emerald Guardsmen walks up to you with shackles in hand. And Commander Leonic says, cooperate now, please, so that we can put this matter behind us.
All right, let's get going then.
All right. The Emerald Guardsman reaches out and begins to shackle you. Commander Leonic walks forward towards the militia that's rallied behind you. He addresses the guards. And our friend Violca, the blacksmith, who's also come out to help. Commander Leonic says, now, listen, guards of Coldier. We do not anticipate to harm anybody unless you resist. Now, move everyone into the tavern. We will place guards around the city as we lie in wait for the rest of Redge's group. Once they're captured, the city will be set free, and we will depart. Until then, there will be no problems, assuming you stay within the confines of the tavern. Is that agreed? All of the guards roll a 35 on their speechcraft check. Oh man, Commander Leonic rolled a sharp 38, so just winning by 3 points there, which, though both those are terrible rolls. So they all look at each other and agree, even though that's definitely not the right thing to do. And so everyone kind of shuffles into the tavern. And it's at that, excuse me. It's at this point, the guards, the Emerald Guardsmen rather, all rally kind of outside in the town square, outside of the tavern. You hear Commander Leonic talking outside to the Emerald Guardsmen, but it's kind of muffled. However, you hear a hurrah at the end of his talking. And you just kind of assume that he just gave some instructions to the guardsmen. At that point, you hear swords being drawn, which is definitely not a good sign. And as you peer outside, Reg, through the door, you notice that there are small detachments of the Emerald Guardsmen kind of wandering through the city a good ways. And they are killing people as they come out. This is definitely not what you agreed to. And at this moment,
lion coward.
At this point, a couple Emerald Guardsmen enter the tavern. And you're not entirely sure why. They're not trying to kill anyone actively. It's as though the tavern is off limits. But they walk in and they are sneering at you and the rest of the groups in the tavern, and they are saying just outright mean things. But you notice that there's only 4 of them. That's the weird part. Through the whole Legion, they only left 4 people to guard the entire tavern. So, is there anything you would like to do?
The blacksmith got shuffled into here, right?
Yes, the blacksmith is in here.
What was his name again? Would Redge remember his name, I guess, more importantly?
Yes, you have... you're enamored with the men who can bend metal, I guess. Violca the blacksmith is in the south west corner of the tavern. He's gotten a seat at a table and is just unhappily sitting there.
All right, I'm going to kind of mosey on over towards him, but while maintaining a side eye on the guards. Violca, you was good with the metals, right?
Why, yes. Yes, I am.
Can you get these off of me?
All right, let me take a look here. You walk over to him and he begins to inspect it. He's an odd fellow. He's a Woethel who doesn't like making weapons out of steel or any type of metal to kill, but he is incredibly gifted at it. He looks around for some supplies, almost as though he's formulating an idea. He spots a candelabra on one of the tables, grabs it, brings it over, looks around, tries to very slyly link it in between some of the links in the chain. And after a brief moment, he just applies some pressure in an ingenious fashion, and the whole shackle chain bends and breaks without making any noise. It's kind of miraculous and marvelous to watch him work. At this point, your hands are free. You still have all of your weapons on you, and you can roll a stealth check to try and make it seem like you're still shackled up.
Okay, I remember my stealth is now 20.
$108 is a very good roll.
Doing the Wookiee prisoner exchange.
Yes, you're basically... exactly. Everything's fine. How are you?
Situation normal.
Yep. So,
okay.
What do you do now?
Okay. Violca, I'm going to need you and everyone who can be ready to defend yourselves. These people... I'm sorry, I did what I thought would be best to protect everyone, but they still trying to kill us anyway.
At this point, the 2 guardsmen on the outside of the tavern have walked inside the tavern. The doors are shut to the tavern now.
Redge is going to step forward.
Okay.
To here. Well, let's see. Let's say here. Listen. Your people promised there would be no bloodshed. You need to stop this.
We ain't doing nothing! No, really, like, we're in here with you. We're not actually doing any of that.
But your people are. Innocents are suffering and dying, and you can do something about it.
Orders is orders, mate.
If you stand aside and do nothing, you is just as bad as they is.
We work with them. Of course we as bad as they is.
Are you absolutely sure you people will not help?
No! Orders is orders. We get a paycheck for doing our jobs, and this is our job.
Redge is going to grab his scythe and swing for...
Go ahead and roll your attack.
Right here.
That is a really good hit. How much damage do you deal?
105.
Dang!
Redge has gotten stronger.
Yes, he has. The scythe goes through one of the seams in his armor and cuts right into his rib cage. You pull out your scythe, and he is just, ow! Ow! No! Get him, boys! The other Emerald Guardsmen brandish their weapons in anticipation of a fight. Many of the other guards see what you're doing and brandish their weapons in preparation. Some of the guards hang back to protect the innocents and bar patrons that are kind of hanging around. Just on the off chance they go for, they go to try and attack them. So, go ahead and roll initiative.
All right. Redge would still add, you still have a choice.
All right. And then this is for the guards. All right, so the first guard's going to walk up to this guy. You're only going to have a couple guards with you, literally only 3. The rest are very focused on what their jobs. They've done this a lot. They break immediately into what they know they're supposed to be doing in combat situations like this.
It's all right. Redge gets it. Protect the people.
Yep. The first guard swings to attack the one on the northernmost side with his greatsword, swing and a miss. The next one goes to swing his sword. The Emerald Guardsman parries it with his blade. And the third one to the south swings his, but it's met with a shield as well. With that, it is your turn.
Is the one here that I attack still standing?
Yes. I misread my roll, sorry. It's the Emerald Guardsman turn, and then it's you.
Oh, okay.
So the Emerald Guardsman goes to swing at the guard right there. Definitely a miss, and then a pretty decent hit. The one to the guard to the south takes a hit in his armor. He starts bleeding. The next 2 swing their great axes at him. One is a hit, and the second one is a miss. This guard right here takes a good chunk of damage, specifically 76 points of damage. Now it is your turn, Redge.
All right, so that one's still standing?
Yep.
All right.
Nice.
Woo.
That is definitely a hit. You deal another, what was it? 71?
105.
105. He lets out another shriek. Oh! Oh, that hurts, boys! Come on, save me! I don't want to die right now!
I won't kill you if I don't have to. You have a choice.
All of the guards begin attacking. Hey! One finally hit. Emerald Guardsman takes 46 points of damage with a roll of 140. And the last one swings with his greatsword and lands a hit on this guy up here, dealing 71 points of damage with a 150 attack. The Emerald Guardsmen respond in kind. The first one rolls his 2 attacks. Both are misses. And then the 2 with the great swords roll their attack, hit and a miss. Let's see, this guy takes 76 points of damage, the one that already had taken damage. And Reg, this attack is against you, with his great sword as well. Does 122 hit?
Yeah, that'll hit.
You take 76 points of damage. You're at 274 health. It is your turn.
Swinging again.
Hit. And at this point, you decapitate the Emerald Guardsman that you've been talking to the whole time. You feel a sense of bittersweet relief, knowing that you've dealt with someone who is so belligerently just following orders that you know were so clearly wrong. With that, the guards and the guardsmen are going to do their little scuffle. These guards are terrible, by the way. Hey, one finally hit. With a roll of 125, he deals 46 damage.
This was not the day they was expecting.
Yeah. The other one swings with his heavy weapon. Oh, and misses that one. The guardsman darts out of the way. The guardsman to the south attacks the guard to the south. That is a double miss. The guard is thankfully able to parry it. And then the guardsman to the top, on the northern end, attack. Man, this guy is down for the count.
Which guy?
The one that has kept getting hit. He's at 22 points of damage, and he just like jumps backward to try and crawl away. He is bleeding pretty profusely. At this point, it's your turn, Reg. The Emerald Guardsmen on both sides kind of step in a little bit.
Redge is going to swing for this one that is heading for the injured man, trying to give him some breathing room.
Okay. Good hit. You deal 105 points of damage?
That is correct.
Cool. Let's see. Guy on bottom. Hey, 129 hits the Emerald Guardsman for 46 points of damage. The one lonely fella up top swings his heavy weapon with a natural 9, misses. Heavy weapons up top, 169. That is actually a critical hit for him. He will be... No, that's not a critical hit, sorry. But it is still a hit. He will be taking some severe damage here in a moment, as will the other one. So both of the guardsmen deal 76 points of damage to those guys. Now, with this, the guardsmen say to you, Reg, "All right, we yield," and they rush out of the tavern. The door slams behind them, and the guards kind of rally. Now, it's at this point you hear them locking the door from the outside. As it sets in that you will be trapped here for a while, and more Emerald Guardsmen can be seen shuffling into the city. You hunker down with everyone as they lead more people to the tavern and begin consoling those who are very sullen looking, as well as trying to look for your mother. But at the end of the day, she was never led to the tavern. And it's with that, we're going to call it. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. Tune in next week, Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be following the rest of our group as they deal with the repercussions of the ventures in Violca. And we'll kind of see what happens to them. The following week will be a pretty big week because it'll be combining both storylines back into the same group of people and kind of exchanging that. That's one I'm super excited for, so definitely tune in. Remember to share, remember to follow, share it on Twitch. Remember double entry into the drawing if you share it and notify us somehow. Tag us, I don't care how you let us know, but do it. So, thank you so much. We really appreciate you watching, and have a great week. Enjoy this outro. Bye.